Hi, welcome back to Ideas Box. I'm Jimmy, and in today's video we're going to take a look at a minor repair I've done to one of our retaining walls. Our block's on a very slight slope, and when we first bought it we had a concrete tank in front of the house which we had a local contractor dig out for us with his excavator, and we proceeded to build some retaining walls with old winery posts that we can get from around the area. They're pretty easy to get hold of around where we are. As you can see, we've done a fair bit there. And this shows where the soil was up to, and then that was where the soil actually got to. You can see the mark that it's made down the side of the tank. That's pretty much gone now because it's been 10 years. There's part of the retaining wall that we started building, and then this shows some more progress with the retaining wall and one of the stone gabion walls that we made. This is how we made them. They're made with mesh that you lie down and then you tie with wire to make a box section that you then hold in place with star droppers or star pickers, whatever you want to call them. And we found that working like that works really well, and then basically all you do is you fill them then with the rocks, and that makes the gabion wall. Anyway, I had to do a repair to this wall. One of the posts had rotted through. Anywho, let's get into it. So there's the post that basically rotted through at the end. So the plan is to put a hole in the same place. Sometimes you can't. You've got to come back a bit because the stump in there, the broken off piece, will disrupt the hole. So it might have to come back here, but that's not the end of the world. Well, I'll push against that, and then I'll put the bag of rapid set concrete in there. So I'll just drop that there and I'll go and get Tonka. Sometimes when you got to do a job, you can't do it because what you went to use was broken. I've just had to punch this broken shear bolt out. So that's that bit there. And I hadn't noticed that was broken, or I would have fixed it last time I used it. But this piece here, the head part of the bolt is long gone. I don't know where that is. So I've had to punch this out. Just drill the hole through with an 8mm drill, put an 8mm high tensile bolt in there, and now we can get on with this job. Right, that's that reattached. Let's go and drill this hole, shall we? One of the reasons we use rapid set or bag of post concrete is because it insulates the post from the surrounding soil, which stays wet, and it stays much drier, and they don't rot out. They last much longer. It's been 10 years, so hopefully these repairs will last longer than that, and then it won't be my problem, it will be the problem for the kids. As you can see,
Not nearly as much fun as it looks. And there's a piece of the old... Oh, there we go, look at that. This piece of the old rotten stump that was in there. Rotten post. Anyway, enough of that, I'll keep going. Actually, there's a little bit of moisture there, look. I'll get some of this out, squeeze it. See, it sort of binds. Not enough to make it lift out with the auger, but it's not quite as dry as I thought it was. So I've used a ratchet strap to preload that post just against that frame a wee bit, so that it's already doing something when I concrete it in place. Don't have to wait for the wall to sag to get to it. So that should be doing pretty well. I've done this before, and what I did was I propped it between this concrete rainwater tank and here, but I did that over there, I think it was. So we'll do the concreting now and see how we go. Right, I've opened the bag, ready to go, so I'm just going to get 10 litres of water, pour that in there, and then pour that bag of ready mix into there. I'm going to pre-wet the inside of the hole so it doesn't absorb too much water, like it said to do in the instructions. Tip in my 10 litres of water. Looks like a lot, doesn't it? It sure does. But I've done this before, it works. As much as it's hard to imagine. Basically, you leave that for an hour. I'm going to get my bucket back, leave that for an hour, and then concrete sets, you take your restraints off. It's as simple as that, in theory. Right, so that's set now, so I'll just take that strap off of there, that ratchet strap that I was using just to tension that up. Yeah, set rock solid, that's good. Yep, that's set rock solid, that's good. Okay, just gotta go and get a claw hammer and pull that nail out. I don't really want to hit that nail or that nail with the little electric chainsaw, so I'll be back in a second. Pull that one out, and if I can get to that one, I might not be able to. Oh, yep. Where'd that go? There it is. No, I can't get to it. Okay, so now I'll just double check there's no nails, so I'll just hammer that back down, because that picked up on the... There we go. So now I'll just mark this around, nice and straight, sort of straight. Just sort of mark it around like that. There we go. Right, I don't really want to hit that mesh there at the back. So I'll put that down there, just tidy this up a little bit. Right, now swap the battery over to... Oh no, it's got a battery on it. Get rid of all these splinters. You pull a few off or sand them back a little bit. Alright, that's coming undone, was it? One trick with these, just watch this, sometimes with these, you do that a few times and it wants to, see it comes loose? There we go, look at that. Oh. So what I do is, this is just a cheap one so it doesn't really hold very well. What I do is, when you're sanding, you hold it on there when you stop. And that way the inertia doesn't take over. There we go, it's not too bad. You hardly know now. So next time I've got my green paint out, which is like a eucalypt kind of green, the rainwater tanks and sheds of that colour, I'll put a daub of paint on top of that just to stop the moisture from getting in that and making that rot from the top. There you go, look at that, rock solid, that's that fixed. So I'm pretty happy with that. So there we go, that's that fixed. Make sure to click like and subscribe and don't forget that notification bell too. Well, I reckon that's it for today, so bye for now. I thought I might as well dib-dab this while I had the paint. I went up to we got like a paint store, flammable store, about, I don't know, 100 metres from the house that we sort of store all the flammables in over summer. And I thought I might as well go up there and get this paint and give it a bit of a, once the paint sort of fades a bit, it looks a bit better. Like by the end of summer, this paint will have lost its sort of green tinge and it'll be a bit more sort of normal looking. But yeah, I just find that it helps stop the top of the post from rotting because the water does get in down the cracks. So you can get a bit of paint down in there. That just sort of helps seal it a wee bit. It looks a bit green now, but like I said, by the end of summer, Australian sun will have taken some of the colour out of that paint and some of it would have soaked in and it would have got a bit dusty, and no, that will look a lot better than just a cut bit of wood. There we go. Look at that, like I bought one.